Hello again, small model collectors. We have a challenge that was put up by Diecast loonie, so I'll put a link into his challenge, and his challenge was 10 lowriders. So obviously I watched his 10, and I had a few duplicates, so I'm not going to include those in mine. I also watched Scale Enthusiasm's 10, so I'm not going to include duplicates of that, although I have some similar ones. But anyways, let's get this show rolling. It's no particular order of vehicles. I just looked at things that look like lowriders, so no race cars, things that look like stock vehicles that were lowered. Alright, so this is naturally a lowered Honda Civic, and it's made by a brand Inno64. And at first, it just looked kind of cool in a box, but upon closer inspection, this is a fantastic model. I mean, look at the license plate. There's a little metal tow hook on the front, a whole bunch of interior details, the tire printing, disc brakes, all that stuff. There's foil sticker badges. So this is why Inno is one of my favorite brands of all the brands in 164. Alright, here's a model I haven't shown in quite a long time. It's a Robert Design Volkswagen Beetle. So Robert Design, he does a lot of CAD renderings of modified vehicles, and so he was lucky enough to find someone to appreciate his work and actually make physical models of them. So very cool stuff. He's also designed some convertible versions and then a bunch of other vehicles with these wide body like RWB kits and stuff. So it was an interesting model, interesting story, and so cool. Over here we got the good old mainline Hot Wheels trying to roll off, which is again why I don't like rolling models, but whatever. So I put some aftermarket wheels on. These are some alloy wheels, those Word C alloy wheels, and with this Art Deco paint job, I think it works out pretty well. I added some other paint details to this thing as well. So really cool styling on this this particular livery of a vehicle. I forget if this is a Ford or a Chevy. Sorry, leave a comment if you can remember. This one is called Electroca. Did I say that? I don't know. Sorry. Can't remember 30 seconds ago. Alright, so another brand if you're into the JDM lowriders. This is a BM Creations. It's a Mitsu Lancer. Let's see what it says on the bottom. Oh, Lancer 4. What makes BM Creations really cool is the value. It comes in the box with the stock wheel set and the stock ride height. But I'm pretty sure these are the aftermarket wheels, and you can lower the stance with some spacers, and then the lowered stance, you can see the rear wheels have some camber kicking out, and then the front wheels can steer. So it's really cool for dynamic posing if you take photographs, or if you just have a diorama and you want your car to look like it's turning. So I'm a really big fan of BM Creations and some of their models. So alrighty. Another brand, if you're into lower JDM cars, is Aoshima, the Grachon collection. So the Grachon collection has all these, primarily Nissans, but some Toyotas, and they all have Liberty Walk body kits on them. So some of the kits are a little bit extreme. This is actually one of the milder ones, if you can believe it. And they always have these tiny diameter wheels, although these are aftermarket wheels made by BNDS. So those are aftermarket alloys, specifically I think for Aoshima Grachons because they are so small. So this is a Skyline Kenmeri, and that's the car originally. So same brand, but I'm showing with some plastic wheels by BNDS, which are actually a larger diameter, and they're plastic, of course. I did 3D print my own brake sets in there though. And so this is a Toyota Celica with the Liberty Walk styling on it. I think I repainted the interior because they usually only come in black. Every Grachon I've seen just has a black interior. But having a screwed together base, you can modify these things. Easy wheel swaps, easy paint on the inside. So that's why I like the brand, if you like to modify. Okay, so we have good old Auto World that came out with a few specific lowriders. This is a Chevy Impala, 66 if I had to guess, but my guessing is always off. Yeah, well, there's the sticker. You know, one thing I don't like about Auto World is the printing is so small, I can't tell what the car is usually. Like, look at that text. I can't even read that, and this is magnified with a. This is now 4 times magnification, and I can't make that out. I guess it just says Auto World. It doesn't say anything about the type of car it is. So that's a shame. You know, they make models and I don't even know what the model is of in many cases. Alright, well anyways, nevertheless, this has a cool looking paint job. I mean, just look at it. So, and it's got the little wire wheels and stuff like that. So, if Autoworld comes out with more lowriders, I'll probably end up getting them. Okay, so for you other 2 or 3 people in the world that like Chorokyu, super deformed, here it is. This is a Nissan Caravan, and I added my own 3D printed wheels. These are, I believe, Cheviot branded wheels. I forget which ones, maybe Cheviot Turbo? Well, anyways, I used some putty here to set the camber and the steering. So, putty's great for wheels, not just cartoon wheels, but regular wheels if you don't want to have them roll, if you want to have more dynamic posing. So, there we go. It's a cool looking van. Alright, so an older brand, this is a Rebel. This is I think like a 96 Impala. Let's see how good Rebel does. 94 to 96. It does say RV under the front bumper, so I'm guessing it's a Rebel. And it's nice, there's a date there, 2001. Alright, so unfortunately I stripped the paint off, and that wasn't a good idea on this brand because it took off a lot of paint near the door cracks, you know. So if you're gonna, I wouldn't recommend trying to strip the flames off of these Rebels, or it might end up looking like this. But I do like the wire wheels. I added some black paint detail in there, and it's still a cool looking Impala. Alright, and the last and final one, I'm not sure if I've ever shown this one, but this is an old one from my collection. I used to collect a bunch of these, maybe like 50 of them. This is a Jada or a Jada, and so it's a 69 GTO, and it's just so overstyled. But you know, originally I thought it wasn't to scale because it looks kind of goofy with the giant wheels, right? But if you compare it to, say, this realistic looking car, overall length is quite similar, overall width is quite similar. If we compare it to this Impala here, again, so I actually do think the body on this thing might actually be 164. It's just got extremely large wheels in the thing. So anyways, this one's been thrown around quite a bit, so the roof is all scratched up. But had I not mistreated it, it's got a really nice paint job. I mean, well, you know, again, how old is this thing? Does it say? It does not. So that's unfortunate. But I'm pretty sure this model is at least 20 years old. And so, no paint rash, just abuse rash. Oh well, anyhow. Maybe I'll start collecting these again. Tough call. Alright, well, give me a second. So there we have it. 10 lowrider cars from my collection that I haven't revisited in a while. So I hope you appreciate it. I would say most of these brands are worth picking up. You know, I think they all look cool. So that's why I have them. Alright, thanks for the challenge, Diecast Loonie. It's always fun answering your challenges. And all the other channels. Hopefully I get to see the 10 lowriders you pick. Alright, see you guys.